Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
The Nigerian Super Eagles beat Jamaica 5 goals to 4 on penalties. After that game ended 2-2 after 90 minutes. No extra time. It went straight to penalties. Nigeria won that game 5 goals to 4 on penalties. Good game for Nigeria. I think we are improving. But I'm here with a fan, John, to tell us his thoughts about Nigerian Super Eagles, especially about this game. How far now?
I do. Ideally.
How you see this game?
I'm cool. It's a good game, but it's a poor game if you ask me. I don't see why we should be playing Jamaica and conceding two and then having to fight into penalties before we get a win in this encounter. I think it's not professional. It didn't show us that we took this game serious. I like the fact that this game offers us the chance and the ability to test our team, bring new faces into the setup. But I'm not really impressed by what I've seen today. And we had a lot of defensive problems. We had a lot of problem in the way we distribute the ball. And I believe that as a striker, if you are in position to get a goal scoring opportunity, you should be allowed the freedom to do that while the midfield builds. We need a creative midfielder because
we don't have any creativity
when you
at
have
all.
your strikers dropping back to accelerate the ball forward, it shows that the guys in that position are not doing something right and they are getting it wrong. So we need a better creative force. We need a replacement for Ndidi in that position. So far, we don't have any credible replacement. And coming back to the formation that we saw today, on paper, a 4-3-3, on the pitch, it was something else. And I want to see a little bit more ingenuity when it comes to our tactics. Our tactics have been flat. Secondly, I think our performances need to go up because if, according to a friend of mine, that we are going to win the World Cup, not with this performance we saw, we should be able to put games like this to bed without necessarily having to sweat into a penalty. That's what I think.
I think probably because most of our stars, majorly our striking position, they are not here. The people that are here, I won't say okay. The players that are here, they gave a good account of themselves, but we lack that creativity in midfield. I think out of the whole thing about Super Eagles, the defense maybe is okay, but in that midfield where we are lacking, we have a whole lot of box-to-box midfielders, defensive midfielder, but that number 10 that can create chances out of nothing. Apart from Iwobi, I can't even think about anybody else.
I agree, but it comes down to the bottleneck in recruitment because if you look at the team we saw here today, and talking also about the players who are not available, if you're in a competition and you have your key players out, are you going to drop out because they are not available? We need to be able to win games with or without our big stars. That means recruiting more. I like the fact that we had Aroko Dare in the side. I like the fact that we had Cyril Dressers. He delivered with an assist, I think, on this night. Natantella delivered also an assist as well. Good performances from both of them. I like the fact that we are getting these options, but we do not yet have a system that is running that we can turn up to games with and perform. We don't have that system right now. And if you see in games where we have struggled to control the midfield, we find ourselves lack of ideas on how to get goal scoring opportunities. So I would just want to see a little bit more from our midfield. I would like to see a little bit more in recruitment with regards to attacking. If Iwobi is not available, there's nobody that can play in that attacking role and create something.
You cannot even call Iwobi as like a number 10, like an Ozil or Odegaard.
Number 10 where we see with eye.
I think why not even look at the MPFL? Look at the number 10 in MPFL. You have one he called off for, but he didn't actually play in this game. But we should give them opportunity. If we don't have anybody in Europe that is number 10, we should look at our local league. Find a good number 10 or number 8 that can play behind or that can control the midfield and call him up. I don't know why we are not even giving that option.
I think you have a valid point, Godwin. But then if you also look at our local league, we need to create a structure around our local league where we get camps. I remember growing up, there were seasons where you have camps for people who are under 17, camps for people who are under 21, camps for people who are playing in the NFL where they could come together, train, and then these scouts could pick players and accelerate their growth into the national team. We need to have a bridge between MPFL and the Super Eagles. We also need to have a bridge too in recruiting talent because we need to develop talent. They may not spend as much time as they have with us training in the country and stuff, but at least we should need to have periods where we have them to ourselves where we can train as a unit because there were a lot of errors we saw in that game that I felt these guys have not necessarily played together for a long time.
Okay,
So why not?
Simon and Chukwueze scored the both goals for Nigeria. Both good goals. If you look at the first goal, Dresser with the assist, Simon with the tapping. But the second goal is what I love. Chukwueze took that ball. I think it was crowded by maybe five players. It was crowded by five players. He found a way to score that second goal. Good goal from Nigeria Eagles, even though they considered two.
Yeah, if you take aside the two goals considered, Chukwueze flourish of a game goal was a fantastic one. Chukwueze has always been an exceptional talent playing at AC Milan. He's been a very good player, but hasn't gotten a lot of exposure in the side. But whenever he comes on, he's either creating an opportunity or doing something that lets you know that there's something special here. I like the fact that it translates from AC Milan to Super Eagles because some people haven't been able to translate. They are winking bombastically at this man at Leverkusen. He hasn't actually scored as often as he should. Boniface, yes, even though he's been doing well in Germany, a couple of other players would like to see more of them. The difference between Osimhen and these guys is that Osimhen has that ferocity. Whenever he comes, you can see that he has the hunger to play for Niger, and you always get rewarded when you play with such passion and energy. And I think more of the team need to be doing that.
Okay, finally for our coach, Chelle, do you see progress?
Like I would say, it's too early to call it. This is just maybe 4 or 5 games in, and it's too early to call it. But all indications from this result show that we are in the right direction. Is he the man to take us to the World Cup? I don't know. I really don't know, but good performance so far.
Okay, we still have Russia to play next month actually 6th of June. We will see progress if you can probably be seeing progress in Nigerian Super Eagles. Probably some of the players might join this camp, but let's see what happens. But in this particular game, it's a Unity Cup, it's a friendly tournament. Nigeria reached the finals. They faced Jamaica, even though it ended 90 minutes, 2-2 in 90 minutes, it went on penalties, and Nigeria won that penalty 5 goals to 4. So I think it's a progress from Chelle. I remember Argentina starting off like this, when they have not won a whole lot of trophy. They played a friendly, just a small friendly game, and even Messi played, and they won that cup. Everybody was criticizing them. What are people have won a trophy? But they went on to do great things after that particular tournament. Let's see after this particular Unity Cup that Nigeria played. Let's hope that Chelle will qualify us for the World Cup. As my old friend said, and also said that maybe we will win the World Cup in 2026.
Maybe.